Hello friends, so QuakeCon map pool. So we know that we're going to have a duel tournament, we always knew that, but now it's confirmed. So I just want to give some thoughts on that map pool because it is an interesting map pool. They did away with Blood Run, and I'm pretty happy about that actually in some senses, because it's good to shift some of the map pools and remove some of the really old ones, even if they're still good and people are going to be pretty mad. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mad people. It definitely helps in the whole or tip the scales in the favor of America against Russia, if we're thinking in a Cold War kind of way, because you know we had the Russia versus America final last year, and to be honest we're going to probably have it this year as well. Probably going to see Rafa in the final against either Evil or Cypher. I mean that's got to be what it's gonna be, right? I mean those are the three best players in the world. The only problem though is that I like what they've done with the map pool, because it's actually balanced out a little bit. Because if you look at this, right, let's go for the sake of the argument, let's go from the bottom actually to the top here. So Toxicity, all right, well that's a good map for Rafa. It's the one map of this map that I'd personally change, because I think that it can be a bit, it's not the best tournament map. But people are definitely enjoying it a lot lately, and we have been seeing generally better games on it recently. So I'm okay with it, but that would be the one map I would switch out for something like Delirium or Silence or something else. But the one above that, now this is the interesting map, it's Sinister, and this is okay. So we could remove Blood Run. So that sucks for Russians, but what is awesome for Russians and anyone who's been playing in Europe lately is Sinister. I mean, it's a new map, and the American scene's kind of been suffering on activity, and we've had so many tournaments. So there's going to be a really huge edge for Europe, you know, Russia and everything on Sinister. So that really might tip the balance back to a kind of more even standpoint on the map pool situation. Then we got Lost World and Furious Heights Classics, quintessential dual maps for Quake Live, so that's great to see. Cure debuted last QuakeCon, and it was an instant classic, and I can support that. It's a really good map. And Campgrounds Intel, which is brilliant. It's just pretty much an aesthetic rework, some new textures going on to Campgrounds. They did actually make one small gameplay change with a little ledge with a 25 health bubble over at the yellow armor area, and I'll show that to you in a quick video after this. And there's Aerowalk. Aerowalk, I always am very dubious about Aerowalk in tournaments. I don't think it's necessarily the best competitive map, but it is sometimes an amazing tournament map. If you're going to have, like this map can make for some of the sickest matches on the stage. If you get a close match on Aerowalk, because it's so fast paced on stage, it is really amazing. You can't beat the hype. So pretty happy actually. I feel like this map pool was very well selected, so props to everyone who went into making those decisions. I know it's quite a difficult one, so there you go. So I'm going to show you now some of Campgrounds Intel before jumping into my predictions and some extra thoughts before closing out the video on the QuakeCon Quake Live Duel Masters tournament. So here you can see the Campgrounds Intel, and you just saw the only change that I think there is on the map, which is that 25 bubble that got added just next to the rocket launcher, in between that on the high route and the yellow armor. So that is actually kind of cool, because of course that is where an out of the control player is going to be trying to stay alive a lot of the time. So that could help a little bit. I think that's the only change, at least the only change that I noticed from running around. And you can see how cool this map looks though. I mean, you can just see all the little kind of Intel looking bits, like this kind of circuit boardy yellow bit there, and there's like a kind of like heatsink looking bit as well, and it's got the Intel colors and all the ads everywhere. It's pretty cool actually, and there's been some minor geometry changes and architecture changes, but it's nothing significant to be honest. The only major change has been that little ledge that got added, and not only is it some health that you can pick up, but it's also pretty cool because you can hide there for an ambush. Look at this, you can just sit here, you can ambush the guy coming from the rocket launcher. It could be pretty cool. But as you can see, there's no other changes in that other than just the aesthetics, which is pretty cool. So good stuff, good stuff. So then just a quick few thoughts on what I'm going to predict for the tournament. Top 3 super easy: Rafa, Evil, Cypher. The ordering of that, I think this is going to be Evil's. I'm gonna go for Evil here. Not just because of the consistency shown against Cypher Online. Of course, for Cypher Online and LAN is very different. So we're going to see a much stronger Cypher on LAN, of course. But I just feel like Evil has been working really hard, and he's had a couple LANs where things didn't quite go his way. He's got the experience in like very, very deep LAN stage situations. So I actually think that Evil's got this. I think Evil's got this. I'm going to put Evil at number 1, Rafa. This is really hard. This top 3 is super hard, but I'm going to say it's going to be an Evil Rafa final, just because I do like to see the Cold War thing, and having an American in the grand finals when you got a bunch of Americans, like thousands in an audience, is pretty awesome for the stream. They're going to go crazy, and also, yeah, it's just any of these 3 will just be an amazing match, and I'll have, of course, then that means I'll have Cypher third. So I think it's going to be an amazing tournament. Can't wait. I hope we get to see many more players. Like I think Toxic might be going. I'm not sure. That's I hope so. I hope we get to see more good European players. I know Cypher will be there. He wasn't there to defend his title last year. So get hyped, guys, because it's going to be an awesome tournament. So make sure you pencil in on your calendar, and if you're not watching QuakeCon, please be watching the international, because it's I think the dates clash, unfortunately, but 2 really sick tournaments. Make sure you check it out.